Chapter 293, Black and White Snake Demons. He simply said, "Come and kill this demon. This person might threaten the life and death of our snake clan." At this point, he rolled his eyes. "Everyone from the White Snake branch, your ancestor has already been harmed by this person. Aren't you going to avenge her?" A muscular man in silver armor stepped out and said solemnly, "Venerable Black, did something really happen to our ancestor?" "Yin Lang, don't listen to the old thing's nonsense. Bring the elders and stop the reinforcements of the Black Snake line." Bai Yuer's voice rang out, "Don't disturb their battle." Yin Lang hurriedly bowed. "Yes, ancestor." Shu waved his hand, "Elder of the White Snake clan, stop all intruders." Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. This was the base camp of the White Snake lineage, so there were naturally more powerhouses. In the blink of an eye, they surrounded the reinforcements that Old Black had called for. "Fairy White Snake, you've become muddle-headed." Black Snake turned pale with fright. "How can you collude with a human and turn against your own kind?" Bai Yuer did not reply. She was also very helpless. If she was not under Song Shi's control, she would never have given such an order. "Old Black, if you don't fight me to your heart's content today, don't even think about escaping." Song Shi used his spear as a sword, and a cold light shot into the sky. He split the Black River into two with a vertical slash, and the sharp sword aura left a mark in front of Old Black before being swallowed by the Blood Dragon. Roar! With a beast-like roar, a portion of the Blood Dragon's body was torn apart, and its black head popped out. Song Shi's spear had already reached it. His physical strength erupted, and the golden spear quickly enlarged. The spear pierced through the snake's body and stabbed it into the ground. Black Snake screamed and struggled crazily. The more he struggled, the more blood flowed out of the wounds on his body. Boom! Song Shi descended from the sky and suppressed its head with a kick. At the same time, the Blood Dragon quickly recovered and entangled it. Facing the Blood Snake, it was a little difficult for the Blood Dragon to suppress it. However, combined with the power of the Golden Dragon Spear and Song Shi, the Black Snake Demon Venerable, a dignified middle-stage soul transformation demon venerable, was actually stabbed to the ground and could not turn over. In the beginning, the weapons that humans created were not to kill their own people, but to deal with demons and ghosts like you. Song Shi said indifferently. He was temporarily no match for this fellow in melee combat, but the difference was not great. His two numinous artifacts hence immediately erased the difference and he gained the upper hand. "Ancestor," the experts from the Black Snake clan cried out in alarm. They wanted to come over, but they were stopped by the White Snake clan. Song Shi did not even look at it. He raised his hand and took out a talisman. He activated it and struck Black Snake Demon Venerable's head mercilessly. "Since you don't want to fight me, then I shall perform the last step." Black Snake Demon Venerable felt uneasy and instinctively resisted. "What is this?" "You'll understand when you experience it." With the experience of using it once, Song Shi was even more familiar with it this time. He maintained the suppression with the two numinous artifacts, and multitasked with the formation of the control runes to invade his mental world. This strange power immediately made Old Black understand. He roared, "You want to control me? No way!" A savage aura erupted from his body again. The power of his bloodline boiled, and the black color on his body became even darker. A terrifying explosive force was released. The Blood Dragon loosened a little from the struggle. The Golden Dragon Spear shone in all directions, but it still could not help but tremble. The Dharmic powers released by Song Shi were also forced back quite a bit, making it difficult for it to gain the upper hand. "Get lost!" With a furious roar, Black Snake slowly stood up. He was about to break free from the suppression. "Your brute force isn't small. Then let's do another one." The third nascent soul in Song Shi's body opened its eyes and spat out a pagoda. This was a numinous artifact that had just been refined and nurtured by one of the nascent souls. With a slight flash, it left the acupuncture point space and arrived in the outside world, rapidly enlarging. Boom! The pagoda fell and hit the snake's head hard. With a loud bang, Black Snake felt dizzy from the impact. His body, which had just risen, was directly suppressed. "No, why do you have a third numinous artifacts?" A despairing voice roared from the old monster's mouth. Not only did this person have 3 numinous artifacts, but the key was that his nomological power was thick enough to unleash its might. No matter how powerful he was, he would not be able to break free for a while. The key was that his mental world had already been attacked. Unlike Bai Yuer's spiritual world, which was snow white, Old Black's spiritual world did not have much light. It was shrouded in a black fog. There was a lake in the center, and one of the black snakes opened its eyes in panic. In the darkness, dense purple runes turned into a huge net that suddenly appeared. It pierced through his spirit defense and landed on his essence soul. No matter how he resisted, he could not stop the runes from invading. In the blink of an eye, he was locked by the chains formed by the runes. Swoosh! A small black snake rushed out from the side, wanting to escape. Boom! A scorching fireball appeared from the darkness, instantly illuminating his primordial spirit and forcing him back with a loud bang. Old monster, are you trying to use your soul clone to disguise as a primordial spirit to deceive my spirit command talisman and let the primordial spirit escape? Behind the fireball, Songshi's spiritual body slowly appeared. He looked coldly at Old Black's resentful primordial spirit. Since you have a clone, it'll waste another spirit command talisman. In the next moment, a layer of purple runes appeared in the entire mental world. They quickly tore through the darkness and flew towards the essence soul in front of Songshi's spirit body. In the outside world, Songshi had indeed activated another spirit command talisman to ensure that the old snake would not be able to escape. Don't be too ruthless. Old Black was so angry that his primordial spirit distorted. He still tried to escape, but the further he went, the more purple runes there were. The entire mental world flashed with purple light. Dense runes had already formed an inescapable net, making it impossible for Old Black to escape, be it his essence soul or soul clone. You're just angry because you are incompetent right now. Songshi mocked as he grabbed at Black Snake's primordial spirit. Large amounts of runes formed a huge net that descended. In the blink of an eye, it firmly entangled him and began to invade him. Ah! Black Snake cried out tragically as his essence soul was corroded. The agony was even more terrifying than the pain his physical body went through just now. He could not use any of his demonic powers and was completely suppressed by the 3 numinous artifacts. Outside, Old Black had already lost control of his body and looked like he was dead. A light flashed in Songshi's eyes. He knew that the old monster's fate had been set. He landed on the snake's tail and grabbed it, dragging it towards the palace. In the palace, Bai Yuer, who was breaking through, had a complicated expression. She opened her eyes and looked at Songshi. I thought he had a chance to escape, but he didn't. I've already got him. Why would he be able to run? Songshi threw the huge snake body aside. I can even control you before I broke through. Do you think I will let him escape after I have broken through? True, Bai Yuer could only smile bitterly. Actually, now that I have him under control, do you feel much better now that you have someone to accompany you? Songshi smiled playfully. From now on, you are all beasts under my control. He'll name you the Black and White Snake Demons. Bai Yuer was speechless. What kind of strange name was that? I thought you said I was a pet. Doesn't that mean I'm different from him? Bai Yuer could not help but ask. You're different indeed. He is in charge of watching the house. You're in charge of being cute. Songshi shook his head. Bai Yuer was even more speechless. Why did it sound more and more like they were both supposed to assume the roles of a dog?